Good morning, Grand Rising, Kitchen Counter Oracle on full moon check-in for air sign. Fire. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Air, y'all are SOSing like crazy. Just be patient, please, because I'm having to work and all this jazz. Saggy Pup also makes a really big mess around the house during the time of the full moon, much to my agitation as well. But here we go. Aries. Basically what I got was big bank is coming for little bank. Because usually, like, the technical definition of that is people who compare their wallets and stuff like that, and whoever has the most cash in their wallet wins. And the winner takes the cash of the loser, that kind of thing. But what I'm getting is in terms of, like, actual debt. It could be spiritual debt. It could be financial debt. Who knows? Like, somebody who mortgages a house technically does not own that house until they pay the mortgage off. So when you bring technicalities into play, somebody who owns their property free and clear is the big bank, even if it's a little shack compared to your whatever in the HOA. Somebody who leases a car technically does not own that car until everything is paid in full, right? Somebody who doesn't have a car note would technically be big bank. What this could possibly be, oh, now this dude I'm picking up on is running. It's really common knowledge that the enemy is going to know who you are before you do. Somebody here had the means to look into, like, extremely personal assets. They had access to a lot of personal information. So if you've been dealing with, like, a bunch of spiritual blockages in terms of money and stuff like that, it's this asshole. Again, this could be you. This could be the cross watcher. I don't care. This is just what I'm picking up on. So whoever dedicated themselves to violating a person's privacy, because what they did is they somehow had access to things like your social and stuff like that, which is very super sensitive information. And they went schlepping through all your private financial information. Is that an abuse of power? Yes, it is. But spiritually, somebody here thinks they're big bank, but in reality, they ain't nothing. And they're coming for the wrong one. So that could, like, just bottom line is just whoever is in the wrong, you need to stand down, like, right now. Just because big bank looks small does not mean they're not big. And with that, I am moving on to Sagittarius. Sag, you or somebody thinks that another person's life is a lot easier than what it looks. And that's not always the case. Sorry, y'all. It's like, oh my God, I'm about to sneeze. Good Lord. Somebody here thinks somebody's life is easy peasy breezy 1, 2, 3, and it's not. Like in my case, when you are overseeing your own property, your own car, and stuff like that, you don't always get... It's like a person who rents does not understand what it costs to be to own their own home. Because when a person rents, the landlord is responsible for all the repairs. When you own your house, it's all out of your pocket. So you best pray to God you don't have any emergencies whatsoever. And on top of that, there's some folks who just naturally know how to do stuff. I don't know what it is. I'm picking up on Sagittarian women, not Sagittarian men. Because Sagittarian men, I know how to do stuff. They know how to handle business. These are women with Sagittarian placements I'm picking up on. Like there's multiple. It's like a whole group of them. I don't know. I mean, YouTube is like a smorgasbord of information. If you don't know how to fix stuff around the house, find a video on YouTube. Because, I mean, that's where I've really learned how to do like 90% of the stuff that I know how to do over the span of like 13, almost 14 years. Same thing with car. Now, like with the more modern cars, they want you to go to your dealer, but at the same time, there's a tech out there trained on these cars that will eventually have a video out there. So, I mean, it's just you have to be patient and you have to find it. And on top of that, instead of getting seething mad at somebody, why don't you just ask them? Like, why don't you just ask? Because somebody has questions on how to do stuff, but they're not asking. Instead, they're just seething and running their mouth. Could be in a small town. This could be in an office. This could be in a church. Never know. But somebody here just is not like asking questions on how to do stuff. They're just sitting there watching, which is not going to do you a whole lot of good in the grand scheme of things. Moving on to Leo. Leo, I am getting for you or the cross watch up. One of you could have a Leo placement, the other could have a Leo placement. I do not give a rip. I'm getting identity crisis. Because I've been seeing a lot of folks with Leo placements having an identity crisis. Things change whether we want them to or not. Everybody has their season of harvest. And truth be told, it's time to let other folks come up. This could very well be J-Lo that I'm picking up on. I swear to God, I can't stand her. Some people just don't know who they are without success, without their career. Like, they've just... And somebody very well could be trying to doppelgang, because in addition to identity crisis, I got target off-grid. In other words, they can't find this person's information. You could very well be on a blocked list and so on down that line. And I mean, it's just... the heck? And my thing is, the biggest blessings don't come from copying others. They come from being your true, authentic self. And some people just genuinely don't know how to be themselves because they don't want to be seen as dorky, nerdy, and stuff like that. And on top of that, if you are trying to find a spiritually inclined person, you can't mimic a spiritual gift. And I say that right as the train's getting ready to come down. Oh, Leo, did you or somebody try to take somebody to the crossroads in the name of stealing their spiritual identity? Something tells me I'm right about that. But the thing is, now you're trying to physically locate a person. But the thing is, they've taken all their information out of the databases. LinkedIn shut down. Their socials could be private if they aren't shut down. They've taken all their information out of the databases like Whitepage, Radaris, Verified, and stuff like that. And on top of that, Nexus is the creme de la creme of opt-out. Because I remember, like, I know for a fact government pays very close attention to me for whatever the case may be. Like, the day I opted out of LexisNexis was the day I heard a collective, ooh, go down. As in, don't you fucking dare give anybody my information without my blessing. Because for some folks, they may very well be trying to find your employer so they can get you fired again. You took down your link, and I took down, like in my case, I took down my LinkedIn back in November. And the funny thing is I never updated said site after I got a new job. So guess what? You're operating according to old info. All somebody has to go by is old, outdated information, and they're desperately looking for new. And you know what? Because right now, this person is looking like a creeper. A creepy, crawly little stalker. They're desperate to cause a blockage, and I know that now because the dang traffic just came to a screeching halt. Message. And it's fun. It's funny when I get to Leo. This happens. Oh, Leo, are you the one trying to put a person in a car accident? Because every full moon, either the day of or the morning after, there is a big-ass car accident that clogs up the highway on the way to work. Every time. And it's been like that since 2018. Somebody with a Leo placement is doing some janky-ish under the full moon. What are you doing? And I'm seeing children in the mix as well. I just full disclosure because it needs to be said, because somebody here is dedicated to taking everything I say the wrong way. This is not a threat against somebody's kids. But how you perceive things is your level of perception. Moving on. What you are trying to do to a person, it may not land on you, but it will affect your children. Like, the things you do to somebody now really will affect your bloodline. Especially if you are trying to block someone from marrying and having a baby themselves. Because the blockages you try to cause another, your line will have to receive themselves. And it's just something that a lot of parents and grandparents are not thinking about. They're so desperate to get the things they want, but it comes at a cost. It comes at a cost. And I'm not talking money. And for somebody here, it's just too little too late. Okay, this is like the third car I've passed with a pop tire. What the hell? Oddly enough, 2020 to 2021, I never spent so much damn money on tires in my life. Like, I literally had a tire go out on 2 different cars. Like every 2-3 months. It was ridiculous. But what was funny is I would be on the road for not even 10 minutes. Help is pulling up. I didn't even have to make a phone call. And you know what's hilarious? It was a Judite. Each time. A Judite. And oddly enough, if I remember correctly, their symbol is a lion's head. So somebody really needs to quit under like my God. Somebody does not realize the protection somebody organically has. And it really, like, I don't advise playing around any further. Especially if this is the Leos that I know for a fact mess around. Because there's a couple of Leo suns, a couple of Leo risings, and possibly a Leo moon. But the Leo moon is in like Virginia or something like that. There's a Leo rising here in Alabama. There's a Leo rising in like California-ish, and so on down that line. A Leo sun in California and a Leo sun in the UK. Like, y'all need to quit messing around with things, because you come for the right one, and that's going to be what delivers the final blow. Because unbeknownst to you, God said on the 20th one, that's it. Because prior to the pandemic, you were at 19. During the pandemic, you came to 20. And you know what? Let's roll. And with that, I'm out.